darling. Welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out Bizly. If you do not know who he is, I absolutely love his videos. I've never seen any content like his before personally, so I really enjoy his videos. He basically looks like he's in the game. He's really funny. Cannot rave about him enough, so please definitely go check him out if you have not seen any of his content before. We're going to be watching him talking about BioShock, which I, as per usual, don't really know too much about, but I kind of prefer it that way. I love going in blind, so I'm very excited, and I hope you are as well. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. It would really help me out, and I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. And lastly, please don't forget to use code MOAN for 10% off your order at GamerSubs. I appreciate you. Thank you. Are you ready? Let's go.
BioShock is a timeless masterpiece. It completely changed the games industry when it released back in 2007. And to this day, it is still one of my favorite games of all time. From this breathtaking world design to the greatest narrative twist in all of gaming. There's a reason this game is so beloved all these years later. And I want to show you why. So would you kindly join me on a journey through...
Sorry.
BioShock starts off with a plane crash. You find yourself stranded in the Atlantic Ocean, fighting to get to the surface. And once you do, there's nothing but flaming wreckage all around you, and a lighthouse within swimming distance. This is all the information you get before you are thrust into the driver's seat. For an introduction, it doesn't do much to introduce you to the world or give you any idea what to expect. But that's on purpose. All it's meant to do is establish the tone and pique your curiosity. See, BioShock is built kind of like a mystery, where it will give you a hook, something to form a question in your mind. And then rather than give you the answer, it gives you the tools to find the answer for yourself. And this introduction immediately creates questions in your mind. Like, what happened to the plane? Why is this lighthouse conveniently placed exactly where we crashed? And what lies in the darkness beyond this golden doorway? The trick to this gameplay loop is that when you find those answers, you'll likely just end up with more questions. Once again, we're given just a taste of information. A statue of a man, and beneath him, a plaque telling us his name. Andrew Ryan. All around us, impressive architecture, just leaving you to wonder who could have built this and why would they do it here in the middle of the ocean. Moving further into the lighthouse to figure out what exactly is going on here leads you to probably the most bizarre discovery yet. In the center of the room sits a submarine, emitting golden light that beckons you inside. It's called a bathysphere, basically just a creative way of saying submarine, and it's gonna take us down to the next leg on our journey. But if you take a look out the window, things are looking a little different from what you'd expect. Where exactly are we going? What the fudge is going on right now? I'm gonna let Andrew Ryan tell you about that.
Oh! There's firebenders?
I am Andrew Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
I'm here to ask you a question.
Okay.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
Sure.
No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture.
This is one of the most iconic openings in video games ever, and it is exactly why I fell in love with this game so long ago. You can see the Art Deco design language was inspired by the GE building in the Rockefeller Center. Statues here inspired by the one of Atlas holding up the world. And all around, a myriad of advertisements for things like casinos or high-end lounges. This world beneath the waves is one of high class and luxury. It's like how people who've never been to New York see that city. The elegant buildings in the skyline, the bright, colorful lights in Times Square, dreams of suits and cigars. But that dream of beautiful, classy New York, it fades the second that you meet a naked crackhead on the subway.
Oh, so it is like New York. No, quickly, I was gonna say, I did not expect to see, like, when he started going down, I thought it was gonna be kind of like the dome city, where everything is, like, surrounded in a dome. and it's all like open air. So everything's actually like underwater, which is really interesting. I'm assuming you just travel through like airways and stuff. Very different. I do like it.
Holy shit, it's the crackhead.
Oh. Oh. Oh!
Nope.
Oh, that isn't. Oh, I'm sure he's fine.
Is it someone new?
No. Oh, my days.
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio? I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground.
Those first steps that you take into Rapture plunge you into its unwavering atmosphere, evoking a mixture of fear for your life and curiosity, wondering what could have corrupted this supposed utopia. All the while, you're in awe of the astonishing art direction. It so easily could have been like a submarine where you don't even really realize you're underwater. But instead, there's these windows placed everywhere, constantly reminding you of the impossible city you're exploring. Clearly, there is something wrong here, right? That is apparent from both the murderous knife hands lady and also just the environment around. That's one thing BioShock does amazingly, is environmental storytelling. And that's apparent here in the first level, where if you look around, you see all these different signs, like this one that says, Ryan doesn't own us. It makes a couple of things clear. One, there was a struggle here around the bathyspheres and maybe the people wanted to go up. And also, maybe not everyone in Rapture was so fond of Andrew Ryan. The clear aftermath of chaos displayed in the environment does a lot to establish this game's horror elements, but the heavy lifting is done through lighting. Now, how the developers were able to achieve this terrifying lighting almost 20 years ago, I have no idea, but it is incredibly effective at immersing you into this nightmare.
We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
Hey, what you mean draw out of hiding?
Oh!
What you talking about? Good heavens!
You like that, sister? Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something?
Yeah, whatever you say, man. Up
There's police, like, drone things?
until this point, we've been defenseless, only capable of processing our surroundings. This does a lot in establishing a fear of this game's enemies, known as splicers. These were once proud citizens of Rapture who became addicted to a substance called Atom. Their Atom abuse caused their minds and bodies to become twisted beyond repair. Now, there are a couple different kinds of splicers in this game. But these base ones are really not that tough. It's the spider splicers that are scary as shit. Looks like this guy had a health kit and something called an Eve hypo. Makes sense why everybody around here is addicted to substances. Not only is it on every single person, but all around this room, there are advertisements for various drugs. It's like if I took out a billboard that says, got meth, and then made big glowing signs that led you up towards where you could get the meth. It's completely insane, but the thing about Rapture is that everybody's got it. So, if you don't stand a chance.
Wow.
Screw it.
Oh! Oh, please don't. Please, you don't have to, you could not do that. I hate needles.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
Oh, we're turning into a mutant? Something akin to that, I guess? Hello.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Atom on him.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's all right. I know he'll be an angel soon.
Ooh.
Oh, that shit's hitting. So what I just took is called a
shit's
plasmid,
hitting.
and basically, it gives you superpowers. Throughout BioShock, there are multiple different plasmids you can get. Some I like more than others, but this one Tried and true, it's called Electroball, and it does exactly what you think. Good for opening doors, and even better for taking down splicers quickly.
Remember, the 1-2 punch!
Now, looting is a huge part of BioShock. Pretty much everybody's got something on them, and it...
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe... I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now, but you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again.
Dude, I like the voice for this character. It's really nice. The accent isn't like overdone. It's really nice.
Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
Okay. Guess we're going to Neptune's bounty. Atlas is an interesting character in that he's the only one we've met so far who's not a cartoonishly evil businessman or a tweaker. Still, it's weird that he would trust a complete stranger with the lives of his family. Right through this door here
Desperate
is the
times.
Kashmir restaurant, and it is one of my favorite locations in all of BioShock for a couple reasons. Number one, absolutely being the way you can look around this room and without a word,
1959.
piece together what happened here. Now, the environmental storytelling in all of BioShock is great, but I think this room does it especially well. I mean, we already know that some form of chaos washed over Rapture like a wave. And in here, we can see that they were celebrating. People were gathering to have a good time and celebrate the new year, 1959. And just based on the state this room was left in, it's fair to assume that that celebration ended abruptly and violently. The second big thing here is that this is where BioShock first introduces you to the idea of taking down enemies using your environment. For example, if you see a couple splicers sitting in a big pool of water, instead of going and taking them down each one by one, you just zap the water and then boom, they all go down. And lastly, this is where BioShock introduces one of its coolest and most unique features in its audio logs. Now, this might seem like something normal to you, but back when BioShock came out, games were not creating little audio logs for you to piece together the story along the way. BioShock really pioneered that idea. And if you just take a listen, it'll confirm pretty much everything we had put together about the environment.
Another New Year's, another night alone. I guess I'll have another drink. Here's a toast to Diane McClintock, silliest girl in Rapture. Silly enough to fall in love with Andrew Ryan. Silly enough. What happened? I'm bleeding. Oh God.
BioShock uses environmental storytelling to set up intrigue that is paid off through audio logs. It's a satisfying loop of question and answer that allows you to be in charge of when or if you want to engage with the deeper narrative. Having the option to completely ignore the history and simply follow the surface level goals laid out for you makes further exploration infinitely more rewarding. Are we at
I like, but sometimes dislike when the story is told through interactable stuff. I like when it's not the main story. If you can still like kind of get spoon-fed things that are going on and then just like a sub layer of it is through like collectible stuff. But I do get irritated when you miss like huge points of lore because you didn't pick up this note or you didn't play this tape. I'm not saying that that's what he's talking about for this game, but if I can miss a huge plot point or something like a huge revelation because I was blind and I missed something, it does kind of irritate me a bit because if you're telling me a story, I would prefer to have all of like the meat and potatoes of it. You know what I mean? Like what really makes the story. And if you want to have things that are more like secretive, I just feel like they should be smaller points or just the details and different stuff like that. That's how I feel. I don't know about you guys.
here's through the bathroom, which is probably needed considering where we're going. Look, all I'm saying is you better void your bowels now because what you're about to see in there will definitely make you shit yourself.
Careful now. Would you kindly
Oh my
lower
God.
that weapon for a minute?
Right down here is what's called a little sister. They're little girls that were genetically modified and given big syringes so that they could go around and harvest the leftover atom in dead splicers. Where there's a little sister, there's always a big daddy.
Oh, is he gonna drop down on him? Oh! Ooh. Oh, you're cooked. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Oh.
That's the big daddy. She got it out of him. He keeps her safe.
Hmm.
Okay, terrifying nightmare? Yes, but how cool was that shit? See, BioShock's core premise always revolved around these three archetypes in some way. The valuable resource holder, the aggressor looking to harvest that resource, and the protector. Some iterations saw the resource holder being a sea slug or even a frog, but they landed on a little girl to tug on our little heartstrings. See, Adam was discovered by Dr. Bridget Tenenbaum in a sea slug. On its own, the sea slug created very small amounts of Adam, but when it was embedded in the stomach of a human host, it would generate 30 times the usable Adam. It just so happened that the only viable hosts were young girls, thus creating the little sister. And the Big Daddies are the most iconic thing to come out of this game, with their design being inspired by French diving suits given a horror twist and sounds reminiscent of whales. Splicers are nothing crazy though, that's just me off of Four Loko. H1 is pretty interesting, but having all of these three together makes the world feel so much more active. Rather than conflict being something instigated by the player, there's conflict all throughout Rapture, and we're just sticking our little noses into it.
Oh.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent you? The KGB wolf or the CIA jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle.
Dude, I feel like we're on a Zoom call because his fucking name is down here in the bottom corner. So, I can't really take him too seriously or be too scared because I just feel like, do you see what I mean? Like, it's just like his picture and it's got his name on it. I don't know. I guess that's in case we're dumb, which I can appreciate because I definitely am dumb. So thank you for reminding me that this is Ryan. But like, could he not just introduce himself?
And with that, farewell, or das Vidania, whichever you prefer.
Up until this point, Andrew Ryan has just been a name to associate with this city of Rapture. But this moment right here, where he addresses the player directly, cements him as the antagonist. Don't forget now, BioShock is a level-based game. And now that we've finished the introduction, it's time for us to enter the first level. It seems that to get to Neptune's bounty, we've got to make our way through the medical pavilion, which I'm sure will be a walk in the park perfectly fine, and no one will cause any kind of issues for us. The medical pavilion acts as a great look into how the people of Rapture functioned day to day. It shows us that Rapture is not just some bland backdrop for a first-person shooter, but a well-thought-out and lived-in city. Moving into the main area here, there's a lot of stuff that we could find. This here's called the Circus of Values, which is just a bullet vending machine, and it's kind of awesome. Now, you can either pay full price or decide to hack the machine by playing this little pipes minigame. A lot of people don't like this, but I actually really love it. It stimulates my brain. The really cool thing about this is that the voice that you're hearing, the really annoying like clown laughing, that's Ken Levine, the creator of a BioShock. The mind behind it all is the voice behind the clown. In order to get through here over to Neptune's bounty,
Hello.
you gotta go through the door that's right over there, and it's locked. So you gotta come up here to pull this lever and unlock the door. But unfortunately, nothing in BioShock is ever that easy. We've got to go and get the access key from Dr. Steinman here in the medical pavilion. Dr. Steinman was a renowned surgeon on the surface who specialized in cosmetic surgery. He was invited to bring his practice down to Rapture where he could revolutionize his field through the use of Adam. Of course, Steinman, being a perfectionist, jumped at the opportunity. But unfortunately, the use of Adam comes with a cost.
Adam presents new problems for the professional. As your tools improve, so do your standards. There was a time I was happy enough to take off a wart or two, or turn a real circus freak into something you can show in the daylight, but that was then, when we took what we got. But with Adam, the flesh becomes clay. What excuse do we have not to sculpt and sculpt and sculpt until the job is done?
Adam turned Steinman from a surgeon to an artist, and each of those poor souls, just another canvas.
Oh, please tell me that we're not gonna see like just a giant flesh like pile that's like a bunch of different people and just like goo. Ugh.
Became obsessed with perfection to the point where he would stop at nothing and spare no one in his pursuit. He'd become a monster, and he's also the only thing standing between us and that key card.
Why do we have 2 eyes? Is there some law that says we must? 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 ears, 2 breasts.
Surprise, bitch!
Oh, he's running.
Okay, well now we've got a new problem. To get to Steinman's office, we've got to clear this debris. But don't worry. There's a plasmid for that. There are actually 2 plasmids to find on this level. The first one's in a place called Eternal Flame, which is apparently just a creative name for a cremation business. So
Actually, that's a pretty sick name. If I was gonna get cremated, I would want to be cremated by Eternal Flame. That sounds almost gimmicky enough that it should exist. Honestly, write that down. Someone get on that.
Cool. This one here is called Incinerate, and its use is made pretty clear by the oil trail on the ground. Get them splashers crispy. This one is telekinesis, and I really love how they present this one. You find it here in the dentist's office, and the thought process is the dentists love to show off their hobbies in the office. So they made this dentist really love tennis, so much so that he has an entire tennis court in the back of his office. It's little details like this that make the city of Rapture feel so unique and creative. And now that we've got the telekinesis plasmid, we can make our way back to Steinman's office. Now all we've got to do in here is just take the grenade that this guy throws, chuck it over there, clearing our path to Steinman.
What can I do with this one, Aphrodite? She won't stay still. I want to make them beautiful, but they always turn out wrong. That one too fat. This one too tall. This one too symmetrical. And now, what's this, goddess? An intruder. He's ugly. Ugly. Ugly.
Hey.
Okay, so now that we've collected a few plasmids, there's a couple of different ways we could go about this boss fight. Better to lead him down to the water, where it'll do more damage. We could also use our telekinesis to throw explosive barrels and let him get crispy. There's even oil trails on the ground, but I prefer to do it the old-fashioned way. Now that he's dead, we can grab the access key and get out of here. From here, it should be a straight shot to Neptune's bounty.
Oh.
You good, man?
Oh, I don't think he's okay.
It's just you and me.
Stay away from her, or it is you who will be shot next.
Easy now, Doc.
Oh.
He's just looking for a wee bit of Adam. Just enough to get by.
I'll not have him hurt my little ones.
It's okay, lad. It's not a child. Not anymore, it ain't. Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Peter, do not hurt her. Have you no heart?
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the ghoul who cooked up them creatures in the first place. Took 5 little girls and turned them into that, didn't you? Listen to me, Boyle. You won't survive without the Adam those things are carrying. Are you prepared to trade your life, the lives of my wife and child, for Tenenbaum's Frankenstein?
Here. There is another way. Use this. Free them from their torment. I will make it to be worth your while. Somehow.
It's at this point in Bioshock that you have to make a decision. The little sister has so much Adam that we need for plasmids, but extracting that Adam requires killing her. There's only one question here. How far are you willing to go for power?
No! 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 No!
You see, here's the thing. Harvesting little sisters in this game is just
But she's
kind
alive.
of stupid. It's framed as this choice between power and morality, but saving them still gives you a shit ton of Adam. There is a difference, but it's negligible, which in my opinion completely undermines the decision we're making. You see,
Wait, she didn't die though. If anything, she looked like more okay. At first I was thinking, well, if you do harvest the atom, it would be like a mercy thing. That was rescue. Oh, okay. So if you do harvest, then it does actually. Okay, so I'm just dumb. Okay, sorry. I misunderstood. If you harvest, it's something else. Oh, okay, my bad. Oops. I take it back. Disregard.
BioShock was built as a commentary on something called objectivism, which is a philosophical system founded by a woman named Ayn Rand. Objectivism boils down to the idea that acting within self-interest is the most moral path. And so Rapture being built as this place where man would not be bound by petty morality is objectivism realized. The idea of killing a little girl for power is a direct challenge to objectivism, as we naturally understand that killing a little girl is wrong, even if it's gonna give me B-hand powers. BioShock is very ham-fisted in its criticisms, and why I think it falls flat is because, frankly, it is in my self-interest to save the little girl, get more than enough Atom, and also gain an ally in Dr. Tenenbaum. Saving these little sisters is in no way a selfless act, and had BioShock made the consequences for not harvesting a little sister be getting no Atom at all, I guarantee you people would have made very different decisions, and that decision would have held so much more weight. Anyway,
I think it would depend, because like if you're gonna have your character kind of be not forced but like persuaded or encouraged to make the morally wrong decision, it's gotta be out of like desperation, right? And right now, if I'm keeping up with the story correctly, our desperation isn't really there to like that degree, because the dude who's helping us is the desperate one, right? But like our desperation hasn't reached a boiling point, I think. Are we desperate? For sure, because like the situation that we're in, but I don't think it's like to that extreme of a degree. But if there's no difference in if you harvest or if you rescue, then I agree with him. There's not really a point unless you just want to be the bad guy, unless you just want to do an evil route. Not sure, and I'm sure that he's going to continue like explaining as we go. Not sure if it changes the ending of the game if you're like a bad guy and doing the harvesting, or if you get a good guy ending or something like that. But the one thing that would make me consider doing it is if it was a mercy, because it seems like the little girls, maybe they're just like stuck that way, but it would have to be like, I would need more information before you just start like harvesting, you know what I mean? Like, but there really doesn't seem to be a point to it right now. I don't know if that changes later on. I don't know if we get more information. And again, I don't know if there's like different endings depending on what you do. I'm just gonna let him explain.
Wait, we've made it to Neptune's bounty, where I'm sure things are so much better.
Of course.
Lovely. It's here where we first learn about Frank Fontaine, a businessman here in Rapture similar to Andrew Ryan, who definitely has acted in self-interest. At some point, Andrew Ryan got paranoid that the world's governments were going to come and take Rapture, and so he banned any contact with the surface, including the trading of surface goods. Now, Frank Fontaine decided to use this as an opportunity to make some cash, and so he started a smuggling operation right underneath Andrew Ryan's nose. He used these funds to become one of the most well-known businessmen in Rapture, starting a company called Fontaine Futuristics, an empire big enough to rival Andrew Ryan's. These illegal operations put Fontaine at the top of Andrew Ryan's shit list, which inevitably led to Fontaine being shot and killed by one of Andrew Ryan's goons.
I have a question. Anyone who might know, I've noticed the tattoo on Bisley's wrist. I can't recall if I've seen it in past videos. Is that for this video, or does he actually have that tattooed on his wrist? Because that's also on the character's wrist, right? So is that his tattoo, or is that for the video? I need to see it again. I don't know if I can show you. It's the like 3 link thing. Hold on.
Put Fontaine.
Oh, you can't super see it. It's the thing that's on our character's wrist. It looks like a chain. I don't know exactly what it is. Genuinely no clue. Oh, okay. Sorry. That's my that's my brain seeing things and wanting to ask questions. Apologies.
At the top of Andrew Ryan's
see right there,
which inevitably led to Fontaine being shot and killed by one of Andrew Ryan's goons. And though he may be dead, Frank Fontaine has left a stain on Rapture that Andrew Ryan just can't seem to wash away. Anyway, this guy is blocking my path. He won't open the door unless I go find a camera and take a couple pictures, so I'm gonna go do that, I guess. And we can get on with it. We can't move forward until we've got the research camera, which, in my opinion, is a really stupid item. Its basic function is for taking pictures of splicers to do research on them, and the more research you do, the more damage you do for some reason. So, take this spider splicer for example.
Oh.
You just gotta watch him for a quick second and then snap a pic.
That actually does kind of make sense, though.
Alright,
Like,
if that's not good,
observing it
I don't know what is.
lets
Hey, buddy.
you do more damage against them.
Let me through. Bitch. Alright, see, now that wasn't so hard. Yeah, he's gonna try and kill me, isn't he? Ugh, God damn it.
Why?
This guy's too strong. What am I supposed to do? Wait. I know exactly what to do.
You gonna blind him with the flash?
I'ma snap a pig.
Oh, my days. It's just that easy.
Huh. Sorry. Had to snap a pig.
Stop! Stop!
Let's get out of here. We'll just grab a quick weapon.
Yo, when I feel like I was at like my no. Flim. Flim. Flim, please call this Riz. Okay, please hold. Ooh, no, Risley. Risley is goated. Actually, Risley's good. Hold on. Okay, go. Oh my god! Oh, it's so good. It's so stupid. I love it here. Okay.
Sorry. Had to snap a pig. Let's get out of here. We'll just grab a quick weapon upgrade, courtesy of Fontaine Futuristics.
Oh
now
my
we can go save
god.
Atlas's family. All we gotta do to get out of here is pull this lever. God damn it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. It's an exposition window. That means something bad's about to happen.
Oh no.
You blow a fuse up there?
No.
Can't see a damn thing in that fuse. Give me a tick, and I'll get you out.
I don't know what happened, man. It had to been like old fuses or something. Because it's the water and, you know, it's like an old facility. It must have been a construction. It's the pipes. It's not getting the...
So dark in here.
Ryan?
If only you could do something, anything, except
Alice?
just stand
Alice?
die.
Alice!
No!
Shit! God damn it.
Splicers! Get out if you can! Get out, we'll regroup!
Yeah, no shit, man. Hey,
Oh,
don't
no.
worry. I'm gonna get to your family, man. We're gonna make it out of this. Shit.
Oh.
You ooze in like an assassin, and then you try to sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here? There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
Get out! Get out and get to Arcadia! Jesus Christ!
All right. I guess we're going to fuck up Andrew Ryan, and we get to walk through Arcadia to get there. And hey, I'm not complaining. Arcadia is awesome. Not only is all the greenery around great world building in that it shows how the people in Rapture actually breathe, but it also differentiates the visuals of this area from other areas we might have explored already. So many games just end up looking like the same copy-pasted environments. But BioShock has a unique look everywhere you go while still feeling cohesive. Rapture is alive, and there's always something new and exciting around every corner.
Oh dear. Hello.
See, what the hell? See, even the enemies here are dynamic and deliberate. Instead of just copy and pasting the base splicers, Arcadia is home to a cult of Houdini splicers that worship nature, which is kind of fucking awesome.
Ooh, please tell me that we're gonna have like a Poison Ivy-esque, like, bad bitch. Please.
I mean, when you... Oh, shit, no, hey.
This isn't right. I'm gonna need you to listen to me. I'm no sort of botanist, but I think Ryan
Andrew Ryan is insane. Imagine killing someone's entire family as well as destroying all the oxygen production in your underwater nightmare city just to stop one guy in a weird sweater. Weird ain't itchy, it's itchy. Luckily though, not all hope is lost. We've still got one trick up our poorly crafted polyester sleeve.
Well, I thought your sweater was very nice. Although I do get super scratchy in sweaters, so I understand.
I've got a way to save the trees. It's a genetic vector that... Could you find a sample of Rosa gallica for me? Look in the grotto. I've got to keep working while there's time.
Poison
On our
Ivy?
search, we
Is that
can
you?
find these posters that ask, who is Atlas? Which is a good question. We probably should have asked that a lot sooner. Through audio logs in the environment, we learned that Atlas was a freedom fighter who led the working class in a coup against Andrew Ryan, which is pretty badass. This is what led to the Civil War in Rapture, the poor rising up against the powerful. Which is kind of just to be expected in an unchecked capitalist market, but what are you gonna do? Live and learn. Anyway, we got our thing. We can head back to Julie Langford.
You've
Got your
brought the
flowers.
Rosa gallica?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you waiting for? An engraved invitation?
Damn.
Send it through the pneumo.
Shit. Everybody's so goddamn
Snippy.
mean. What happened to joy? And whimsy? Where did it go? Was that taken too? Hi, Julie, what we do? God damn it.
Julie, we made a business deal, you and I, did we not? Money changed hands. Let me read to you from the agreement.
You know what? I'm gonna put
Section
a
3.
pause on Ryan for just a second. Long story short, he kills her. Whatever. Bioshock was created by a man named Ken Levine at a studio called Irrational Games. Now, Ken has stated in interviews before that he thinks cutscenes ruin story games. You're not playing a game to watch stuff happen. The point is to interact with this digital world. I, as a player, am not interacting with this any more than I would a normal cutscene. And in fact, I think the glass separating me from what's happening creates more of a disconnect than anything. That being said, I do like this, you know, it's charming. But if it were a traditional cutscene, I probably wouldn't complain. To get you up to speed with what just happened, though, this lady, Julie Langford, died, but before she did, she told us she was working on something called the Lazarus Vector, which is a crazy name. And also, she wrote this code up here. The Lazarus Vector is something that can bring dead plants back to life, which is incredibly convenient.
Huge.
And if we pop the code into this wall safe over here, we will get the market key. The market is where we will find all the ingredients for the Lazarus Vector. The components we need for the Lazarus Vector are the chlorophyll solution, the distilled water, and the enzyme sample. And also, I'm going to let my editor geek put a funny image up on that screen. Look at that. Isn't that a funny image?
All right, Ebeder, your turn. Put the funny image up on the screen. Good job. I'm proud of you. You're doing great. Everyone say good job, Ebeder. Everyone say good job.
It's a good one. Like I said before, everything we need is here in the farmer's market. The first thing we need is right over here, in the same place as my favorite plasmid. There's a ton of great plasmids in this game, but none of them compare to the bees. The enzyme sample we need actually comes from the bees. So the game here is to fumigate this big room full of bees and then run in to grab the enzyme before they come back out. You may be wondering, why do they need bees in Rapture? Well, bees are useful for way more than honey. For instance, did you know that bee pollen extracts can be used as treatment for an enlarged prostate? So if you're having trouble pissing, try putting a bee directly in your asshole.
Do not do that. That is, do not do not do that. Stop writing that down. No, that is very bad. No, put the bee down. No.
If it stings, that just means it's working.
No!
The more you know. And finally, we can grab the bees plasmid and shoot bees out of our hands. All right, let's go find the next prostate. I mean ingredient. This one is in the winery. The coolest thing about this place is when you shoot the barrels, the wine comes out.
Does anyone have a straw?
Though there is something over here that I think deserves attention. To most, this body sitting here will just seem like basics.
Curtis? Is that... No.
That dressing. But if you look for more than half a second, you'll see that there's a story here being told through the aftermath. Leaned up against a wall with a shotgun placed directly up towards his head and a splatter behind him. It's clear this wasn't random placement. The developers put him here deliberately and are implying that he Kurt Cobained himself. And that body's not even the only one. If you take a look around Rapture, you'll notice that every single body was placed where it is deliberately, with a story of how they died in mind. It's such a small detail that you could easily miss, yet a huge factor in BioShock's elevated level of immersion. Anyway, I went and grabbed all the other ingredients, and we're gonna head back to Langford's office. There's this little machine in here called the U-Invent, and we're gonna use that to make the Lazarus Vector. We'll just put this up in here and watch as Arcadia comes back to life.
Yay! Oh my god, we were Poison Ivy all along. Oh.
And along with it, our path forward finally opens. As much as I love this game, I must admit, the mission structure can be an eensy-weensy, itty-bitty, tiny bit tedious. Like, if it were not for the incredible world and story at play here, this would not be worth it. I mean, just look at this, though. How do you not keep exploring a world that looks like this? BioShock is carried by this incredible art direction. I mean, this is the pinnacle of art direction. Everything with its purpose and designed beautifully, evoking an emotion in every room. Even this deep into the game, I'm still blown away at how well they were able to set up this world. A lot of it's even interactable too. Like, you can come over here and get your fortune from... Actually, I think I'm too old for this one. The structure of having a main goal that is barred by these distractions and menial tasks can get tiring really fast. But as long as those distractions have interesting characters and a story of their own to follow, then I think it's worth it.
Where's that going?
That's better. Atlas Ryan. Atlas Ryan. Da 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 da. Time-wise, you could get something decent on the radio. The artist has a duty to seduce the ear and delight the spirit. So say goodbye to those two blowhards, and hello to an evening with Sander Cohen.
Okay, Sander Cohen is a freak, but this is a good example of when those distractions are worthwhile and don't take away from the main experience. Compared to other level leaders like Julie Langford or Dr. Steinman, Sander Cohen just has this mad showman's magnetism that makes this level interesting. And it also helps that Fort Frolic, this place that we're going to be exploring, is beautiful. Sander Cohen was a talented artist in multiple regards who resided in New York City before coming down to Rapture. Down here, he stood at the head of Rapture's artistic scene, running a nightclub and owning several art galleries. And also, he looks like this. He was well known for his musical record, Why Even Ask, and his theatrical show, Patrick and Moira. Similarly to Dr. Steinman, Sander Cohen was driven mad by Adam and began expressing his artistry in increasingly horrific ways. You can see all around Fort Frolic the gruesome scenes of his expression. Now, a creative is really nothing without someone to share that creativity with. And so Steinman has had multiple disciples in his time, and right up here is one of them.
Da, 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 da. No! Oh, God, you sick fuck, let me out of there!
What I didn't mention before is that Sander Cohen has kept us here so that we can play a part in creating his masterpiece. What is his masterpiece, you may ask? Well, of course, we have to track down all his disciples, kill them, and snap a pig.
Oh
and
my
bring
God.
that pig down here and add it to the masterpiece. Yeah, it's completely insane. But hang on, there's an upside here. We get a prize.
Ooh.
For this one, we get a crossbow. And I'm gonna be honest, we ran out of budget here, so each one of these disciples we're tracking down seems to have some kind of vendetta against Sander Cohen. Well, through audio logs in the environment, we learn that each of these disciples was forced to do things against their will, and that their relationship with Sander Cohen was deeply abusive. So if anything, we're tracking down Cohen's victims and exacting one final humiliation. This is an evil thing that we're doing. Also that Sander Cohen will allow us to move forward. And it is also practically the definition of objectivism. Now, once we've taken all the photos and put them up on the wall, that is when Sander Cohen comes to pay us a visit.
It is accomplished.
Oh, please tell me we shock this guy.
This is the end of the level, and it's really interesting because it's one of the few instances where BioShock actually gives you a choice. You can either kill Sander Cohen where he stands, or leave him be. There's nothing here telling us that we have to kill him. We can just go. Thankfully, though, that's the last distraction out of the way, and we can finally bring the fight to Ryan.
It's time to either run the table or go home empty. Ryan's got the genetic key to Rapture. We get that from him, and we get out of this hellhole. We don't, then you and I are ghosts.
This place was Ryan's dream, his escape from tyranny. But he became the tyrant he was running from.
Yeah.
Turned it into a nightmare. Finally, after everything, Ryan is within reach. But it seems we're not the first to get this far. Who knows if we'll be the last. Each of these bodies, displayed like a trophy, belong to those before us who tried to stand up to Ryan.
Yeah, our spot was right there on the wall. I'm glad that we got our place ready.
Will our fate be any different?
Even in the Book of Lies, sometimes you find truth. There is indeed a season for all things. And now that I see you, flesh to flesh and blood to blood, I know I cannot raise my hand against you. But know this, you are my greatest disappointment. Does your master hear me? Atlas, you can kill me, but you will never have my city. My strength is not in steel and fire. That is what the parasites will never understand. A season for all things. A time to live and a time to die. A time to build and a time to destroy.
Oh, we're blowing everything up.
Well, no, that's never stopped me before, and it's not gonna stop me now. Come, big-headed bitch.
Ooh.
Did you talk to your puppy? She's very pretty.
Thank you, Papa Sushon.
Break her neck for me. Break that sweet puppy's neck. No, please. Break that puppy's neck. Would you kindly? No. No.
Now would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch? It's time to finish this.
The assassin has overcome my final defense, and now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have memories. A farm. A family. An airplane. A crash. And then this place. Was there really a family? Did that airplane crash? Or was it hijacked? Forced down. Forced down by something less than a man, something bred to sleepwalk through life until they are activated by a simple phrase spoken by their kindly master. Was a man sent to kill, or a slave? A man chooses. A slave obeys. Come in.
What?
Stop, would you kindly? Would you kindly? Powerful phrase. Familiar phrase.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Sit, would you kindly? Stand, would you kindly? Run! Stop! Turn. A man chooses. A slave obeys. Kill! Juices! Oh, slave obeys! Obey!
Hurry now! Grab Ryan's genetic key! Now would you kindly put it in that goddamn machine?
You can choose. I don't know. I don't know. I would hesitate.
Nice work, Bio.
It's time to end this little masquerade. There ain't no Atlas, kid. Never was. The name's Frank Fontaine.
I gotta say, I had a lot of business partners in my life, but you, of course, the fact that you were genetically conditioned to bark like a cocker spaniel when I said, would you kindly, might have had something to do with it, but still. Now, as soon as that machine finishes processing the genetic key you just fished off Ryan, I'm gonna run rapture tits to toes. You've been a pal, but you know what they say? Never mix business with friendship. Thanks for everything, kid. Don't forget to say hi to Ryan for me.
Come with me.
Oh. Oh, bye.
Welcome back, child. Welcome to the city where you were born. You are angry at Fontaine, yes? Now you know the truth. You are his tool, brought back to Rapture to save him. You have saved many of my little ones. I owe you a debt. While you sleep, I undo some of Fontaine's mental conditioning. His control is no longer complete, but he can still pull some very unpleasant strings.
So if it's not clear what's happening here, I'll explain it briefly. In BioShock, you don't play as a random plane crash survivor. You play as Jack Ryan, Andrew Ryan's illegitimate son, who he didn't even know existed. Jack was created in a lab by Frank Fontaine and Dr. Tenenbaum, who just saved us. Jack was implanted with false memories and sent up to the surface, only to return when he heard his activation phrase, "Would you kindly?" Up until this point, we've had no free will. We were actually just a sleeper agent for Atlas, who was just Frank Fontaine in disguise the entire time. Atlas never existed, and Frank Fontaine's been pulling our strings all along. Now, the brainwashing Fontaine did on us was slightly undone by Dr. Tenenbaum, but not completely. So right now, the goal is to get rid of any leftover control Fontaine has, so we can go and kill him.
I was wondering when he was telling us to like kill and he kept repeating the phrase like a slave obeys, if he was trying to break it or if it was just, I don't know. It's really interesting though.
First goal that is actually ours. The cure we need is in Mercury Suites, so first order of business is to go get that. This "Would You Kindly" twist is probably the most famous one in all of gaming, and what cemented BioShock as a true masterpiece. It's something that, looking back, makes you feel stupid for not realizing sooner. The idea that you've been a sleeper agent all along is actually a jab at how games feed you this false idea of freedom, when, in reality, there's very little choice present in most games. It's honestly something most players are used to. The character you're playing wants to accomplish a goal, and you aren't necessarily influencing that, you're just playing it out. It also makes the events of this game make way more sense. Any rational person probably would not have made the choices that Jack makes in this game, but recontextualized by this mental manipulation, it makes everything click. All right, now that we've got the cure, we're free to end this.
Take vodka. Why did it have to be vodka? Cheers. Ugh, yeah, why'd you do that? Why would you? How could you?
The little sisters have been extremely helpful so far. And here, one of them gives us one of their syringes, which we're gonna need. And that is pretty much it. This is what the entire game has led up to. Before we go up there though, I just wanted to say that this video has taken so much hard work from not just me, but my editor Geek as well. We've been in the trenches, really trying to make this thing great. And frankly, it's been time consuming and really expensive. So I don't normally ask this, but would you kindly subscribe and like all the YouTube stuff, share on Reddit. I don't know how Reddit works, but I've heard that's good. I want to be able to do this for other games like Dishonored or Skyrim, whatever, but it would be a lot easier to justify doing that if you were to help me share this around, get it out there. So yeah, I thank you for watching my stupid little internet videos. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go kill the guy.
Okay. All right, you got this.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole. But you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. Betrayal, kid. Life ain't strictly business.
Whoa. Whoa.
Fontaine has used Adam to turn himself into a monster. So all we gotta do is get it out.
Ooh. Oh, we didn't like that. Ooh. Yeah, go. Ooh. Ooh.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is.
Yes! Yes! Go! Go, go! You did it!
They offered you this city.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you refused it. And what did you do instead? What I've come to expect of you. You saved them. You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance. A chance to learn. To find love. To live. And in the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
And that was one of my favorite games ever made. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna take off this damn sweater. Sweet. YouTube thinks you'll like this little video up here, so if you want to keep watching, give it a shot. Thanks for everything.
Oh, thank you, Biz.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Isn't it funny how that wiggles? You would think it's soft, but it's actually really fucking hard.
Okay. All right. I don't have a lot of words, but that was incredible. Crazy how the ending came about with saving the girls. I like that a lot. I'm not sure what the alternative is, but that was really wholesome. That was very cute. I liked that a lot. The twist was very interesting. I don't know if I wrap my head completely around it because like I still have the question of like how everything was going on, if he was trying to like break us out of our mental control as we were like beating his ass. And then going up to fight our dad in loose air quotes. I really liked that. That was really, really good. Please, 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 please go check out Bizly. His original video is gonna be linked down below. I cannot rave about him enough. Please go like, comment, all that kind of stuff on his video. I love his videos so incredibly much. Please, please, please consider checking him out. If you like my video, make sure you like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye!